Let's start with the 3-leaf grimoires, then gradually go to 4 and 5. Fire is one of the most common and versatile elemental magics in the Clover Kingdom, but don't let that fool you. In the right hands, fire magic can reshape the tide of any battle. Since it's used by many mages, we will be focusing only on Fuegoleon's fire grimoire. He creates massive fire lions, constructs fire shields, and restrains enemies using burning bindings. After bonding with the fire spirit salamander, his power rivals that of a magic emperor candidate. He is the benchmark for what fire magic can become. Water magic. Noelle starts the series unable to control her own magic, a silver eagle noble who couldn't cast a proper spell without it exploding. But her growth arc is one of the best in the show. She masters Roar of the Sea Dragon, creates water armor constructs, and eventually awakens Valkyrie Dress, a full water armor that makes her one of the most powerful fighters in the Clover Kingdom. Her water magic is precision-sculpted creation. Mist magic. Nebra's mist magic is all about deception, creating illusions and restraining enemies within dense magical fog. She and Solid make a dangerous pair. Mercury magic. Nozel wields Mercury magic, liquid metal that moves with terrifying fluidity and speed. It's technically a step beyond standard water magic, combining the control of liquid with the cutting power of metal. Nozel is one of the strongest captains in the kingdom, cold and precise like his magic. Air magic. A simple but effective wind-adjacent magic from a Grey Deer member. Air magic lets Randall control and propel air currents offensively and defensively. Slash magic. Jack's slash magic lets him cut through virtually anything, and after training, he learns to cut through even magic-enhanced defenses. His reinforcement magic amplifies the sharpness of every slash. He's chaotic, loud, and loves nothing more than a target he hasn't cut yet. Lightning magic. Luck is one of the Black Bull's most dangerous fighters, and lightning magic suits his unhinged love of battle perfectly. He can electrocute opponents, enhance his own speed to superhuman levels, and after merging with the elf spirit Lufulu, reaches a whole new tier. Earth magic. Soul is Charlotte's loyal subordinate in the Blue Rose Squad. Her earth magic focuses on creating giant constructs, most notably large earth golems she calls Mother. Plant magic. Mimosa is one of the most versatile support mages in the series. Her plant magic lets her create detection fields with Princess Healing Flower Cradle, heal allies remotely, and later offensively summon giant magical plants. She's underrated because support looks quiet, but Mimosa is never far from the reason the team survives. World Tree magic. The Golden Dawn captain's World Tree magic is spectacular in scale. He can grow enormous magical trees across entire regions, linking them into a network. His true power comes from sharing his body with Patali for years, but World Tree magic alone is already a war-level ability. Briar magic. The Blue Rose captain wields Briar magic, thorned vines that entangle and shred. Her true power is sealed by a curse for most of the series, but once released, her briars can grow to monstrous scale and overwhelm nearly any opponent. Thread magic, one of the most unique abilities in the entire series. Vanessa's thread magic culminates in the Red Thread of Fate, a magical cat named Rouge that passively rewrites misfortune. If a Black Bull member is about to take a fatal hit, Rouge redirects fate to prevent it. Technically, this makes the Black Bulls nearly unkillable as a unit. Ice magic. The user is Heath Grace, an early series antagonist who gave Asta and Noelle serious trouble. His ice magic creates freezing constructs and blizzard attacks. Steel magic. Aesir Silva was the late mother of the Silva siblings and one of the most powerful magic knights in the kingdom's history. Steel magic at her level was an impenetrable fortress. She was known as the Silver Blood Warrior. Her death to a curse and her legacy as the most powerful female knight ever are deeply woven into the Silva children's story. Klaus Lunetz is also another user of steel magic, being the Golden Dawn's by-the-book knight, uses steel magic for precise constructs, needles, barriers, and restraints. He's methodical and prideful, but one of the most reliable fighters in his squad. Iron magic. Iron magic is a heavier, blunter form of metal magic. Gareth uses it to create dense constructs for both offense and defense. Dark magic. The Black Bull's captain is one of the most beloved characters in the series, and his dark magic reflects his nature perfectly. Dark magic absorbs and neutralizes other magical attacks and cuts through space itself with techniques like Dark Cloaked Dimension Slash. Yami can literally slash through spatial boundaries. His key sensing abilities from the Land of the Sun give him combat instincts that complement his magic into a terrifying whole. He's not just a captain, he's a force of nature. Shadow magic. Shadow magic is arguably one of the most terrifying in the series. Noct can travel through shadows, pull enemies into shadow dimensions, bind opponents in shadow constructs, and, through his contract with multiple devils, manifest different devil forms that enhance each application of shadow magic. He's the ultimate infiltrator and one of the coolest magic types in the show. Light and dark magic. Noct's late twin brother wielded light magic, the opposite of Noct's shadow. The contrast between the brothers is intentional and poetic. Morgan's light magic made him a natural hero. The tragedy of his death shaped Noct into who he became. Spatial magic. We'll go over both users of this magic. Finral's spatial magic creates portals. He can't attack directly, but he controls the battlefield by redirecting projectiles, enabling instant team repositioning and creating counterattack windows for allies. He's proof that support magic at a high level is just as powerful as offensive magic. Langris takes spatial magic to the offensive extreme. Where Finral creates portals, Langris creates spatial destruction. He can erase volumes of space, destroying anything within his attack's range. His magic is one of the most lethally direct in the series. Mirror magic. Mirror magic lets Gauche reflect and amplify magical attacks, duplicate himself, and create mirror-based offensive beams. His ultimate application, Double Mirror, amplifies Magna or allies' attacks to devastating effect. He's also completely unhinged when it comes to his sister. Time magic. Julius is the 28th Magic Emperor, and in terms of raw magical prowess, potentially the strongest mage in the Clover Kingdom's history. His time magic is virtually unrivaled. He can accelerate, decelerate, stop, and even reverse time on objects and living beings. He collects rare spells like other people collect books. His ability to store time means he literally came back from death. Memory magic. Marx combines memory magic, reading and projecting memories, with communication magic for coordination. He's Julius's aide and plays a crucial organizational role in the kingdom. Sealing magic. Secret, also known as Nero the Bird, is one of the most important characters in the entire lore. Her sealing magic was used to preserve the first magic emperor, Lemiel, by sealing him in stone for centuries. She can seal magical constructs, wounds, and even devil power. Her healing magic complements the sealing with recovery, but it's the sealing ability that shaped history. Song magic. Kahono from the Heart Kingdom is included here as a magic type reference. Song magic channels spells through music, with healing magic applications. Transmutation magic. Gray is one of the most quietly powerful black bulls. Her transmutation magic can change the properties of any substance, which includes, at its peak, transmuting magic itself. This ability, while appearing passive, is what allows her to turn curses into regular injuries and save lives no other healer could. Transformation magic lets her physically shapeshift, which she uses to hide her true appearance. Recombination magic. Henry passively absorbs the mana of everyone around him just to stay alive, a condition that made him a ghost in the Black Bull's base for years. His recombination magic lets him reshape structures by recombining their components. He can literally rearrange the Black Bull's magical base into entirely new configurations during combat. Painting magic, one of the most creative magic types in the series. Rill's painting magic can manifest anything he paints into reality. Monsters, weapons, environments. His imagination is the only limit. As the youngest squad captain in history, his raw talent is unmatched. Permeation magic. The former Purple Orca captain's permeation magic makes him physically intangible. He can pass through walls, attacks, and physical constructs. Combined with creation magic, he can selectively allow or deny permeation to objects he creates. He's a traitor, but his magic is genuinely interesting. Dream magic. The Coral Peacock captain is almost always asleep because her dream magic operates within a pocket dream dimension called Glamour World. Anyone pulled into Glamour World is at Dorothy's complete mercy. She controls all the rules of that reality. She's only briefly shown at full power, but the implication is terrifying. Ash magic. Zora is one of the most tactically brilliant fighters in the series. His ash magic creates traps that store and reflect magical energy back at opponents, amplified. Anyone who attacks Zora into his ash traps essentially powers up his counterattack. He defeated multiple royal knights using reflected spells alone. Glass magic. Glass magic creates razor-sharp constructs of magical glass, beautiful and deadly. Food magic. Charmy's grimoire is one of the most stacked in the Black Bulls. Cotton magic creates fluffy constructs, cute looking but functional. Food magic lets her replenish mana for allies mid-battle, which is an insane support ability. And when she's pushed to anger, her wolf form emerges and her magic shifts entirely, suggesting she has an elven or mixed bloodline that unlocks an entirely different power tier. Vortex magic. Kaiser's Vortex magic creates rotating magical fields that pull in and redirect attacks. Area denial magic that makes approaching him extremely dangerous. Soul Corpse magic. An early villain whose necromantic adjacent magic reanimates corpses as magical constructs. Unsettling in concept and useful in execution, he weaponizes the dead. Imitation magic. The Third Eye's Raya can copy any spell he observes with his eyes. He only needs to see a magic once to replicate it. His imitation magic makes him one of the most adaptable fighters possible, and a terrifying matchup for anyone with a unique or specialized ability. Paper magic. Paper magic conjures razor-sharp magical paper constructs, deceptively lethal. Mosquito magic. One of the more unusual entries. Mosquito magic likely summons or manipulates mosquito-like constructs for piercing and draining effects. Compass magic. L'Etoile's compass magic allows precise spatial awareness and navigation, likely with directional offensive applications. Moonlight magic. Moonlight magic channels lunar energy. Its exact offensive application isn't fully explored in the anime, but the magic attribute itself is extraordinarily rare. Bronze magic. Poor Seke. He's mostly comic relief, but bronze magic does create real metallic constructs. He's just typically outclassed by everyone around him. Corundum magic. Corundum is a hard mineral. This magic creates dense gemstone hard constructs, rare and visually distinctive. Key magic. Key magic is deeply tied to the lore of locks and barriers. Conrad uses it to manipulate sealed spaces and structures. Legion magic. Legion magic allows the user to summon and control multiple magical entities or copies simultaneously, essentially commanding an entire squad by yourself. Princia Funnybunny wields this magic, and the name might make you laugh, but the ability itself is no joke. Imagine facing one mage and having to deal with a full legion of magical constructs coming at you from every direction. It's an army in a single grimoire. Shakudo magic. Shakudo is a traditional Japanese alloy of gold and copper, and Sesk of the Aqua Deer Squad turns it into a weapon. His signature spell, Chase Jackal, manifests multiple Shakudo jackals that hunt down and attack targets autonomously. Crystal magic. Rick of the Coral Peacocks wields crystal magic, generating and manipulating crystalline structures. According to the wiki, crystal magic is prized for its defensive applications. Crystal walls resist significant damage, and the material can be shaped into sharp, offensive constructs as well. Sandstone magic. Sandstone magic is a fascinating subtype of earth magic because the material exists in two states simultaneously. Because sandstone is composed of mineral sediment, Ruben can use it as either solid rock for hard-hitting constructs, or break it down into individual grains for area denial and abrasive attacks. Snow magic. Neige is one of the Midnight Sun's lower-ranked members, but his snow magic is more layered than it first appears. He can fire concentrated snow streams, create snow puppets of varying sizes, and most notably, form coral-shaped restraints that rise from the ground to immobilize targets. Oil magic. Gordon's father, Nathan, wields black oil magic, generating a dark, oily substance that can rapidly shift between liquid and solid states. In liquid form, it flows freely and covers wide areas. In solid form, it creates dense constructs. Bubble magic. Paplo from the Heart Kingdom uses bubble magic to generate and manipulate magical bubbles. His primary application is healing, wrapping injured targets in bubbles that accelerate recovery. Wing magic. Puli Angel of the Blue Rose Squad creates magical angel-like wings through her grimoire. These wings grant flight at high speeds and allow her to launch feathers offensively. Sound magic. Samantha's sound magic from the Forest of Witches, generates and manipulates sound waves. On its own, it's considered one of the more situational magics, primarily useful for disorienting opponents, creating sonic distractions, and misleading enemies about position. Gel magic. Sally is a rogue mage with a research obsession, and her gel magic reflects that perfectly. She generates and manipulates a slime-like gel substance that can take various shapes, trap enemies, and even be used for healing. Catalyst magic. This one is genuinely unusual. Catalyst magic doesn't generate anything on its own. Instead, it borrows and combines the magic of others. Datsu can reach into nearby mages, pull their magic attributes, and use them as her own. Dice magic. David Swallow of the Golden Dawn uses dice magic, manifesting magical dice whose power scales with whatever number is rolled. The higher the roll, the stronger the attack. Switching magic. Switching magic lets the user swap the positions of objects or people, a spatial adjacent ability focused entirely on teleportation of relative positions rather than free movement. Chain magic. Revchi is the very first villain Asta ever faces in Episode 1, making chain magic historically significant to the story. Even if Revchi himself isn't a powerhouse, chain magic creates binding magical chains that can restrain opponents and seal their magic power. Healing magic. Healing magic appears across many grimoires as a secondary attribute. At its baseline, it accelerates the body's natural regenerative process to close wounds quickly. Poison magic. Poison magic generates liquid or gaseous poison. The liquid form can even refract light, making it useful for obscuring visibility. Beast magic. Veto's beast magic gives him animal-like traits and physical enhancements, overwhelming strength, speed, and endurance that make him a juggernaut in close combat. But when pushed to his limit, Veto awakens demon beast magic, a corrupted, sinister form of beast mana tied to his despair as an elf. Blood magic. The Witch Queen rules the Forest of Witches, and her blood magic is one of the most powerful healing and combat magics we see. She can generate and manipulate her own blood. Blossom magic. Kirsch is Mimosa's older brother and the vice captain of the Coral Peacocks, and his cherry blossom magic is as beautiful as it is lethal. Dense storms of magical cherry blossoms can conceal allies, block mana sensing, and completely disorient opponents' spatial perception. Barrier magic creates sturdy magical shields and containment fields. Jester uses it to control zones of engagement, trapping enemies or protecting allies within hard magical walls. Sand magic. Sand magic is derived from the earth attribute, which already tells you it's about raw control of the ground beneath your feet. Alec-Dora of the Golden Dawn generates and shapes massive volumes of sand for both offense and defense. Butoh magic. Butoh is a real Japanese style of avant-garde dancing, and Kyoto of the Underwater Temple turns it into one of the most disorienting fighting styles in the series. Butoh magic channels spells through dance. As the user moves, they enter a trance-like state, and their attacks become completely unpredictable. Wind magic. Let me start by saying, 4-leaf grimoires are extraordinarily rare blessings. Only a handful of people across history have received one. That being said, Yuno's 4-leaf grimoire was destined for him from birth. He wields wind magic at an elite level, creating cutting gales, tornado barriers, and high-speed projectiles. His creation magic lets him shape the wind into physical constructs, but his trump card is spirit magic, specifically his wind spirit, Sylph, also called Bell. When bonded with Sylph, Yuno's speed and power skyrocket, and he gains access to techniques like Grand Fall Windmill and Spirit Storm that can devastate entire battlefields. Light magic. The first magic emperor himself, Leniel's 4-leaf light magic grimoire, is one of the most historically significant in the series. Light magic allows travel and attacks at blinding speed, arguably the fastest base magic in the world. Leniel used it to protect humanity alongside Licht, before being sealed away for centuries. Sword magic. Licht's 4-leaf grimoire channels sword magic, the ability to conjure and control magical swords of incredible destructive power. As one of the most powerful elves to ever live, Licht's swords could devastate armies. He is also the original owner of the grimoire that would later become Asta's 5-leaf. Kotodama magic. Kotodama is rooted in a real Japanese belief, the idea that words and names carry mystical power. In Black Clover, Zagrid weaponizes that concept into the most terrifying magic in the entire first saga. Kotodama magic allows the user to manipulate their surroundings through speech alone, and the user can manifest almost any phenomenon they desire simply by speaking the right command. Anti-magic. Asta is the only known human to wield a 5-leaf grimoire in the Clover Kingdom. What makes it extraordinary is that Asta has 0 magic power, which is almost unheard of in this world. His grimoire compensates by housing devil swords that channel anti-magic, the ability to completely nullify any and all magical energy. Spells, barriers, enhancements, reinforcements, it doesn't matter. Asta can cut through all of it. His weapons include Demon Slayer Sword, Demon Dweller Sword, and Demon Destroyer Sword, each with slightly different anti-magic properties. Combined with his insane physical training, Asta becomes one of the most dangerous fighters in the kingdom, not because of magic, but because he cancels it entirely.